So in today's video, we're going to be showcasing the Red UR Kirishima in My Hero Academia Ultra Impact. He has recently become a very useful character, being an effective unit, a boosted character in the new VE Tower season versus Shigaraki. In Floor 2, you get type advantage, so it's almost like he is a must-need if you want to score high in VE Tower. Not only that, he is still very useful outside of VE Tower, of course, being a tank. So in today's video, I'm going to show you some gameplay as well as go through his kits. Starting off with his Plus Ultra, at level 2, he has 600% damage to a single enemy, and not only that, he provides himself a barrier for 3 hits. Barrier pretty much means you take 0 damage from, a number of hits, and this time around it is 3 hits, so that's really good, and paired up with his action skill and the rest of his kit, it actually is very effective. Now, it is weak against characters that do like multi-hits, like multiple punches, for example, All Might, and some other multi-hitters, but if it's a single target hit or a normal attack, you're taking 0 damage, and that barrier is going to last for a very long time, as it has no turn expiration. Now, for his first action skill here, for 3 turns, he's able to counter all normal attacks, and then for 2 turns, he's able to reduce self-damage taken by 40%. So a 40% damage reduction for 2 turns, as well as countering all normal attacks, and his normal attack counters can be really good. And I think this is really well built in compared to Achako's because of action skill number 2. Action skill number 2 is a 325% damage to a single enemy, but the most important thing here is that he taunts enemies for 3 turns. And so paired up with the counters, he's always going to counter every single enemy's attacks, which is awesome. And then you have the reduced damage, which is great. And not only that, with his second action skill, he's able to reduce damage by 35%, but it's only for 1 turn. In terms of order, you can't really go wrong, but I would usually go with action skill 1 first. I know you will lose the 35% damage reduction, but 30% damage reduction for 2 turns on the counters is just way better. You can risk it for doing action skill 1 and then 2, if you're going to risk like the enemy taking the hit against Kirishima to begin with. But for the most part, for guaranteed damage reduction, guaranteed counters, you want to do action skill 2 and then 1. Now onto his auto skills. His first auto skill here provides red typings allies a power by 20% at level 2, which is awesome. Red typing's not the greatest typing of all time, but of course it's going to improve later on, and he's going to be a must-need if you want to run a full red team. There is 2 other red URs, being the red Deku and the red Endeavor, and red Endeavor is very strong, so having him and Kirishima is perfect. Then for his second auto skill, which is I think the weakest part of this guy's kit, increase plus ultra gauge by 5% every time you inflict a crit damage. Now, this is good in the VE Tower, though, because your crit rate is higher in VE Tower, but for the most part, you're sometimes not always getting the crit unless you put a crit memory onto him. And then finally, I'll show you guys what I have on the skill boards. Table 6 has been completed, obviously, as the art is different to his summonable art. And then for the purple table, I have went with the level 85 cap here. And I don't really want to upgrade any further because I don't really want the plus ultra gauge anyway. It's not too important for the most part. It's nice to have the barrier and obviously fast plus ultras, but being like behind crit damage is kind of annoying. So I didn't want to upgrade him any more than that. But anyway, that is my Kirishima. So we're going to get into some gameplay. Okay, so we are going to be starting off the gameplay versus VE Tower. Like I said, this is one of the effective parts about Kirishima. He's a boosted character in this where he will get a crit rate increase of 30%, as well as max HP plus 30%, I believe. We're using his second action skill, which I said is the taunt. So it's really good to get the taunt off early as, none of our characters other than Kirishima has taken the hits. And he didn't take that much damage to begin with, which is awesome. Now we go for the counters. So all of the normal attacks we're going to counter. We did get confused, unfortunately, but 5,000 damage for a counter and then 7,000 damage for a crit counter right there. Now it is boosted a little bit because Achako boosts our allies by 15% power with her green skill there. But that's okay. And of course, remember, every time we get a crit, we're getting, 10% plus ultra. So we got our plus ultra really nice and early here. And here is our plus ultra animation. And remember, this gives us the barrier, as you can see from the blue hexagon. That is the blue barrier. So we're going to take 0 damage here, as long as, you know, Mirio targets Kirishima here. I don't remember if he does. Actually, we're going to get the paired up with the taunt right here. Perfect. So now we are guaranteed to take 0 damage. There you go, 0. And he took another hit. Barrier's gone now, but we still got the taunt, and we might as well go for the counter normals, as Mirio is still quite healthy. 5,000 damage. This is really good when it comes to multiple enemies as well, because if you have like 3 versus 3 enemies, like they're all going to attack Kirishima, and everybody, especially our fragile SR Chaco, is just safe. Like, she would die from 1 plus ultra or 1 skill hit from Mirio. And because of that, Endeavor's still alive as well. So he's able to do his 2nd plus ultra, was it? And we've got our final plus ultra here. He was confused. That's why he's facing to the right. Our plus ultra is not too strong. He's about 20,000 damage-ish. 18,666. Over 20,000 if it's a crit. But he's not really a damaging unit in a way. But he is kind of, because he's support. But for the most part, he is a tank. So now I'm bringing him into main quest versus Overhaul, just to see how good he is outside of VE Tower. Obviously, he's got buffed in VE Tower. But this really just goes to show, like, you can easily get a 3-star with this man. So we also brought a Kirishima friend, so we get that double support. So he's going to hopefully do some more damage. This is the friend plus ultra. I really like the plus ultra animation as well. 12,000 damage, not that bad. 5,000 for his taunt skill. And look at how little damage he did. Then we use our first action skill. It goes really fast, by the way, if you haven't used them. Just expect to tap it really, really fast. Look at that. Overhaul is only targeting Kirishima, so everybody else is 100% HP and super, super safe. He might die just because you're taunting so much, and Overhaul is pretty strong of a unit. But if you pair him up in this one, I have the Nana memory. If you see above the icon of Kirishima, he actually has a grit, so he's actually going to live at 1 HP here. There you go, he's got grit, but unfortunately, Overhaul did target Kirishima again. I've got to mention, the memory that I had in the VE Tower was nothing too special. I believe it was just something that will increase his damage cut. So he's really just mainly, my usages is just a tank. And then Endeavor ended off with a 20,000 critical. Remember, Endeavor is a part of the showcase as he is getting supported. So that was the main reason why I brought him there. But anyway, that's going to wrap up today's video on the Kirishima. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's showcase. If you did, make sure to leave a like on today's video. If you haven't already, subscribe, join the notification gang. And, of course, comment down below to help with the interactions with this video and push this video out to the algorithm. But with that said, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video as we have daily content here on the JPhanta channel. Until the next one, stay healthy, stay safe, stay fizzy. Peace out.